gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. I just had to give it a quick spray over because I don't know what happened last night, but some birds had some curry because my car was covered in poop. Today, boys and girls, we're going to be doing some pretty cool things. We're going to be doing a few modifications that you guys probably haven't heard of. Some of you guys will have, because obviously you guys like your BMWs and you do research these kind of things yourself. But if you only one series or any BMW really, and you want to modify it, some of these modifications you might like. Now, not only are we going to do that, we're also going to do some modifications that all you guys would have heard of, but you'll see that a little bit later on. But first of all, the car is going to go in for a service. So I've arrived at my local BMW specialist to get a full major service done. Now, I would like to do this myself, but because it's a new BMW, it's got to go on the iDrive, and it's also got to go on like the BMW online services kind of thing. So obviously when I get the new owner, it keeps the sort of value of the car. I might every 6 months do an oil change myself, just because, you know, I do quite a lot of miles in this car, and I know these filters do struggle quite a lot. But yeah, we're going to load the car into the garage now and give it a service. So this video has been kindly sponsored by Emerald Struts. Now don't skip this because I got something pretty exciting to announce. So I'm going to be working with Emerald Struts in the very near future on some electric, yes that's right, electric boot struts for my car. Now if you remember my old car, I had the normal struts that they supply, but as I said, these aren't the normal ones, these are electric, so they can go up and down off the key. You can also put a button inside near the handbrake and also on the boot itself. But that's something to look forward to in the future. But not only do they do struts, they also do carbon key fob covers. Now, just like the struts, these are compatible with a majority of vehicles on the market. Now, they mainly focus on those parts, but they also do small little bits like air fresheners, lanyards, hoodies, hats, LED number plate lights, stickers, and all those sort of things. And I also forgot to mention, if you've ever wanted to sort of wrap or sort of cover your front V-bars or crash bars in a different colour, such as blue, white, orange, green, yellow, or red, they also do those as well. Now, if you want a cool modification for your car that's a bit of a head turner, then I definitely recommend go ahead and buying these struts. As I said, I've had them on my old car and I really loved them. And to be fair, that was the main modification I used to show off on the car. And if you do want to go ahead and buy them, use code BB10 for 10% off at checkout. So thank you to Emerald Struts for sponsoring today's video. So the BMW specialist in question is J&W Auto Technic. Now, they're based in Roach here in Cornwall, and they're basically the go-to specialist here in Cornwall. Other than BMW, there's nowhere else I'd really take my car, and I've taken my 118i to this place. I've also taken the 140 twice to this place, and now we're taking the new 140 to this place. So I do trust these guys, and they do a really good job, and also they have the capability of putting the service on the iDrive, as I said before. So yeah, definitely recommend them, and they use genuine BMW parts, so win-win-win. Yeah, if you live in Cornwall, definitely go check these guys out, and come here for all your sort of repairs and services and stuff like that, and they'll sort you guys out. And if you do come here, make sure you mention that you came from my video, and I'm sure they'll appreciate that. So we're just putting the car in now, but I just want to say a massive thank you to MR Performance for giving me some really good discount on these parts. They've really helped support this video and the channel and the car's build itself, so I really do appreciate that. But MR Performance basically do modifications, service parts, and all sorts of stuff for a load of cars on the market. So if you're wanting to service your M140i, 240i, etc, now go visit their website, because they actually have like a service kit. Now you can get it with a air filter and without an air filter. They also tell you what oil to get, and you can get the oil on there as well. They do a price match guarantee, and their delivery times are super quick. So this is the perfect option if you're just servicing your car at home. Alternatively, you can do what I did and just buy the parts and then take it to a garage to get them fitted. And you'll probably end up saving a couple quid by doing that. But in this service, we're going to be doing everything. We're going to be doing the air filter, which obviously I'll put the performance air filter back in, but we're doing it anyway, so I get it on the BMW iDrive. We're doing a new oil filter, oil, a new O-ring, a new washer, sump plug washer, cabin filter, 6 spark plugs, which I've actually gone for the B58TU spark plugs, so it'll be perfect for when I'm going to map the car. And then finally, we did a whole inspection of the car. He checked around everything. There's a few little bits I need to sort out, but I'll probably end up doing that off camera. And then finally, at the end, the garage put it all on the BMW iDrive system. So we're now back from the service. Now let's go ahead and start the modifications. Now we're going to start off with a simple, easy one just to finish off the low line kit, and that is some spats. Now a lot of people said to actually go ahead and put the spats on, so MJ Modifications once again has hooked me up. If you want to go ahead and check them out, I'll leave a link in the description. Use code BB10 for all of their parts on their website. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick clean around this area and then go ahead and put the spats on. Now to clean up the area, we're going to use the new products from SugrCoat. So this is a company that contacted me not too long ago and basically asked me if I'd like to try their products. Now as you can see here, they do the Palmer Violet, Rhubarb and Custard, Bubblegum and Mango. So far I've used Rhubarb and Custard, I'm yet to use the others, and honestly, these things, I have sprayed sort of a little bit of each one and they absolutely smell amazing. Now, look at the colours as well. I don't know if you'll be able to make this out on camera because it's so bright, but they're so sort of colourful. They really do stick out in the shelf when I've got them with all my detail and stuff. But yeah, they're basically a ceramic waterless wash. So, for example, it's basically to use in between your main washes. So, for example, the other day I went to Caffeine Machine, I cleaned my car, but then when I was up there, I could spray this on and it sort of gets rid of all the surface rust, and then actually surface dust, and sort of leaves some ceramic properties behind as well. So yeah, pretty cool products. If you want to go check them out, I'll leave code BB10 in the description down below, but I'm sure I'm going to be working with these guys a lot more in the future. But yeah, it's not sponsored at all, they've just given me them to test out basically, but you'll probably see them on my Instagram and stuff. But yeah, pretty cool products, go check them out, code BB10.
It won't go away, I've got that feeling rushing through my body. I know that it is here to stay. It's like you're my personal Illuminati. I know that some might say that I am just a...
And there we go guys, that is both of them on. Look how much better that looks. It looks, honestly, it looks so much better now because obviously, so you've got the front splitter which goes into the side skirts, which goes into the spats, which then go into the diffuser. So it all goes all the way around now, and I reckon this is going to look amazing when this car is lowered. So now the spats are done and looking really good on the car, we're going to move on to the modifications that you guys probably haven't heard of before, because the one we're about to do now I've only seen on the forums very recently, and this is why I contacted the sort of owner or the person that's doing these and was like, I want to put this in one of my YouTube videos. So I paid for it and here it is. Now this isn't what it is, but we're going to be doing something to do with these buttons. So we're going to go ahead and swap the circuit board that's in this one into that one. Now this in here is a circuit board that's been adapted to have a white LED here, a red LED here, a blue LED here, and a white one there. Now ignore the fact that there's no parking sensor button, but this sort of white square means that this is one that has a parking sensor button in it. So I believe it's just as simple as popping this up. Now I've done this in my old car, so it should be fairly simple, he says. There you go. Pop this out like that, and apparently it's sort of in here. You just pop this out in here. I've never done this, so this could be interesting. Just going to look at the old ones to see how these are clipped in. So there we have it. After about 5 minutes of playing around with it, I managed to pull it out. So if you have a look down here, basically this is normally plugged in like that, and you put your finger in and just push this clip here. You push this end in and basically pull it, and it pulls the other one out, as we realised. So now what we've got to do is go into this one and swap the circuit boards and push that back in again. And just to clarify, these are currently all orange and they're going to be white and blue and red. I think it's going to look really good, and I'll show you some at night clips as well so you get a good idea. But yeah, this is going to look awesome tonight. So what I've gone ahead and done is pulled this bit out of here, literally unclipped that, and then took this backing plate off, which is simple, just a few clips all the way around. And then I'm going to take this circuit board out, because the circuit board we're going to replace it with is the one in the new one over here. And literally just swap the circuit board around, put the original casing back on, and that is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in and make sure it works first before we go ahead and fit it. There you go, that is now in. So let's turn the car on. Yes, that is working. You're not going to be able to see that in there, but I'll show you at night. But I know that that works. That looks awesome. Cool, and the buttons will work as well. That's brilliant. So let's make sure it's in. We'll push it down. As simple as that. That's all now done. So I'll show you guys the results a little bit later on tonight. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what it looks like at night. Really, really nice. Up there, obviously you've got the orange. Down there, you've got the new white lights, and you've also got the red for sport, Eco Pros blue, and also the other one is white. And it also looks really good in the day with the sort of the new red button. But yeah, ideally, when I get the new cluster, that will put those white. And then maybe one day we'll try and get a way to put these white. But yeah, looking really, really cool. And for the sake of £30, really, really cool modification. So before we go ahead and continue the video, it is time to reveal the winners of the MJ Modifications giveaway. Now you guys should be aware that me and MJ Modifications have been running a giveaway for the past month or so, and it was a chance for you to win like a £50 voucher to spend on the website on modifications, some merchandise, stickers, keyrings and all bits and bobs like that. Now if you missed the giveaway, I'm sure I'll be doing more giveaways in the future, so look out for those. But the winners are, now I'm not very good at pronouncing names, but we'll try. So the winners are Deshank, I think that's how you say it, Josh, Adam, Callum and Mohammed. Now what I'll do is I'll put the names up on screen so you'll see them properly, but congratulations to those guys and well done for winning. I'll be announcing the winners as well on my Instagram as well, so I'm hoping the winners do see that. But those 5 winners I've just announced will be contacted in the next couple of days, so keep an eye on your emails and your social media and we'll be in touch. Either me or MJ Modifications will let you know, and we'll sort delivery and all that kind of thing. Once again, well done to the winners. Now the next sort of modification is not really a modification, well it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. I'm going to call it more preventative maintenance. But essentially on 3-door BMWs, they seem to always struggle with this sort of paint issue. Now what it is basically the door shuts on it and eventually the paint wears out and it can go down to metal and then start to rust. As you can see here, mine isn't too bad, but it is a sunny day so you can't really see properly. But yeah, it's properly worn out there and all the way down there. And if you do leave it too long, it can go down to bare metal and then rust. Now these are PPF sheets that are meant to fit perfectly in that gap and they're made by this company called IPPS. Now these guys have kindly sent this out for sort of a review and to install them on my car. I have seen these go around on forums for an awful long time and I was hesitant to actually go ahead and get them, and I have done, so we'll be installing these today and hopefully it will hide the damage I've already got, but if not it will just prevent it getting worse. Now to install it, I believe you just need some Johnson's baby shampoo, now just a tiny bit of that, which helps as sort of lubricant to put the PPF on. You need a little spray bottle which I'll fill up with water, and then a card and a microfiber cloth, or you could just use a squeegee instead. Now I'm guessing what they do is they line up like that, and obviously they'll be clear when it's on, and they sort of bend down like that. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Now they've also sent me out reflector tints. Now I normally use the tint guide to get reflectors tinted, or anything on my car tinted, but what I'll do is I'll give these a go, and if I'm sort of not happy with the way they sit, whatever, I'll get the tint guide to do them anyway. But they kindly sent these out as well, so we might as well give them a go whilst we got them. But anyway, let's go ahead and fill this bottle up and get going. First up, before we do anything, I'm just going to spray the surface down, well, try to, spray the surface down with some glass cleaner just to get rid of any greases and oils and stuff like that, just so we get a nice fit. Now apparently the reason why you want to use the baby oil is because it's got no oils and stuff like that in it, so apparently when this dries it's got like a clear residue, so it doesn't leave any sort of marks or swells and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure you could probably use water or something like that, but I thought I'd follow the instructions just to make sure I get it right. But yeah, it says here to just spray it everywhere, peel this backing off, and then we sort of got to put it in place and just try and get a good fit. And then once we get it in place and we're happy with it, we've got to sort of like push out all the bubbles and push out all the liquid, and then the glue on the film will then activate and actually stick to it. But now I'm not very good at this sort of thing, but I think the best thing to do is just try it. How could I know there was no second chances? And boom, there we have it. Those marks have now gone. Now there are a couple of bubbles left around, but over time I'll just keep pushing them out and they'll eventually just dry out and it will look really clean. You basically won't be able to see it, which is the whole point. But yeah, that is looking really, really nice, and it's got rid of the original marks so you can't actually see them, which is an extra bonus. But that will now protect my door shuts from that paint problem. So yeah, that's really cool, sort of preventative maintenance. I do believe this is a common problem on like 1 Series, 2 Series, and any 3-door, I believe. But I definitely know the 1 and 2 Series struggle with it. I don't know why it does, it just does. But yeah, all of my 1 Series I've ever owned, even my sister's 1 Series, all have the same problem. So I'm glad that I've prevented that from actually going down to metal on my one. And yeah, let's get on to the second one. It got me stone cold. do you know what? I don't think I'm going to have the tints on there for the minute. I kind of prefer it as it is. Once again, a massive shout out to IPPS for sending these out. What I'll do is I'll leave all the links in the description down below. If your car is starting to wear out and paint, then give these guys a shout. And I might have a discount code for you guys, but I'm not sure yet, but we'll work that one out. But yeah, go check them out. So the next modification is probably a modification you've never heard of, and it is actually a BMW genuine part. Like, you can actually buy this from BMW apparently. Now, I actually got this from Williams Performance, so that's probably where I'd recommend you go get it. I believe Tim Williams has a discount code as well. So yeah, you can use that. I believe it's 5% off. But yeah, essentially what it is like an airflow duct to make the air go from in the grills into the airbox. Now all you get with it is literally this little pipe here, and then also this little grill to stop big bits going in there like leaves and stuff. Now for whatever reason, standard, these cars have a pipe, or there's like a tube in there that comes to about here, and it just sucks air in from like around this area, and it's most likely going to be hot engine air. However, in there, you won't be able to see this at the moment, but I'll show you guys in a bit. In there's like a little flap. Now if you take that flap out, it leads like an open gap, which then leads to where this pipe ends. So what this does is goes in there at this angle and makes the air go from in there and pushes it into the airbox. So it's called the hot climate mod. So it basically pushes cold outside air into your airbox. So if you want to produce a bit more power, this will help, and it just makes the car breathe a bit colder air and some nice fresh air rather than sucking it in from the engine bay in here. Now I personally haven't heard of this up until recently, and I've heard that this can be a bit of a nightmare to install, but I've seen a few videos and it seems pretty easy, so we're just going to give it a go. And yeah, it's just a simple intake mod. Anyway, enough rambling, let's attempt to get this installed. Now to get access to it, what you want to do is pull off the seal, the rubber seal that goes around the front of the bonnet, and then you're going to see a few torque screws. Now these torque screws, I believe, are T27 pieces. So I don't know if you guys can see in there, but that is the sort of cap that I was on about. Now this actually pops out so the new climate mod can go in. But what I'm going to actually do is take out the airbox, just disconnect it there and disconnect it there and just pop it out just so I can get reach underneath. I think that's going to help the process a bit. So what I've managed to do is actually pull out the pipe which the actual hot climate mod like goes over. So this is the original part that's on it, so simply pull that off, and then this needs to go onto there. Now I don't think it's going to be as simple as plugging that on and just pushing it in. I don't think it's going to fit in there, but I'm going to try it. We'll just see what happens. So that literally just slides over the top of that, and that is literally it installed. I don't think this is going to go in, but we'll try.
That's what she said. Michael.
Yep, I don't think that's going to go in. Oh, I thought it was going to be clever then and get that done. Very well, right. Looks like we're going to have to go in from the inside. But luckily, this is like some silicone-y plastic. So this is currently where I'm at. What I'm actually doing is pushing this in from the inside, getting it sat flush, and then I'll put this in that way and just see what happens. So just like that, that is now sat in there absolutely perfect. It does kind of look a bit wonky at the minute, but as soon as you put that grill in, it kind of spreads it out and makes it look all straight. But yeah, that's in from this side. Now we've got to try and put this pipe in and connect it from the back as well. But as you can see now, look, the air is going to go in there, and straight into the airbox. I don't know why BMW didn't do this from factory, I really don't know, but... Guys, there we have it. That is the hardest bit done. Now I'm going to try my hardest to show you where it's all kind of fastened in. Now, in there, I don't think you're going to be able to make this up, but in there is a little clip that it's wrapped around. It's sat flush right there, which is good. It's sat flush right there, which is good. And it's fully connected to this pipe here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the airbox and put the airbox back in, make sure it's all settled, and then we'll put the front mesh grill in and then put the main grills in. And boom, there we have it. I've now put the grill in there to stop any sort of major leaves and stuff like that. But that has been fitted absolutely lovely. It wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I haven't actually mentioned yet, but this modification I believe only cost £38, and that was without any discount at all. Literally £38 and about half an hour of work, and you might get an extra few figures on the dyno, and it just makes the car run colder and probably a bit healthier. Now I can't actually tell the difference whether or not this climate mod has made any sort of intake noise difference. I know it's going to make it colder and fresher, but I don't know if it's made any noise. Now the slight problem is because when I just got it fully serviced, they put like a stock air filter in the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ITG Pro filter back in it, and then I'll sort of feed back to you guys whether or not it's made a difference. But I can imagine once I've done the filter again, once I've done de-resonated the intake pipe and done on the charge pipe and all that, we'll probably tell a difference. But yeah, no difference so far. And that, boys and girls, is where I'm going to end today's video. Now I just want to give a massive shout out to all the companies that got involved in this video. Massive shout out to Emerald Struts for sponsoring the video. Big shout out to MJ Modifications for sorting out the giveaway and also giving me these spats. They look absolutely awesome. Really love those. A shout out to IPPS for sending out this paint protection film here. It's really starting to set now and looks really good. And also we installed the hot climate mod intake mod there as well. And also we can't forget the awesome modification that's inside the car, these buttons here. But yeah, these look absolutely awesome at night. Really, really happy with them. And also finally, a massive shout out to ML Performance for sending out the service kit. They gave me a really good discount off on the products to support the channel, so I really do appreciate that. But if you did go ahead and enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, and comment, subscribe. I shall catch you guys very soon in a brand new video.